Hi, how's it going? We're back. Technically, I'm actually filming this before I've left because, of course, I've had things come in mail-wise. So this will come in. This video should be out the day that I come back from Japan. So my Japan haul will be next week, or I don't know. The last week of October is very busy, Halloween and whatnot. So I've got a bunch of stuff to show off, and I also will note a couple changes on a technical level. Firstly, this is shooting in 4K. I have a 4K camcorder now. It's basically the exact same version as my old camera, which I'll show you now. So this is what I got. This is the Panasonic HC VX-F1. It's a 4K camcorder. The reason I can't show it is because I'm using it right now, because I have to keep using it to learn how it works, basically. I'd show you what extras it has, but the box came torn, which is really silly. But again, it is almost identical to my previous camcorder. It has a lot of good zoom and stuff. I don't know. I did a lot of testing with it in some previous videos, and I wasn't really happy with the video quality, because the thing with my old camcorder, this one here, so this is basically what it looks like, but it just says 4K instead of full HD, and it has a slightly nicer looking front to it, and just opens up. And that's, you hold it, you film. That's how a camcorder works. You can flip the viewfinder, that's how it is. That's why I've got the little light reflecting, kind of. So now I've got two cameras that I can use to film. I'm not probably not going to now that I've realized that shooting in 4K is better for me, because the quality I was looking for the whole time, that I was thinking that, oh, this is an old lens, I'm not going to get it from this, is because now I'm shooting in 4K, it actually gives me the quality I want. Which is great. There's like no graininess to it, or at least there shouldn't be. I don't know. YouTube can still compress the shit out of it. I don't know. And we'll see how it goes in terms of longevity, if it's worth filming in 4K or not. So if you use this, if you watch this in 4K, let me know if it's worthwhile. If you think I should improve anything, there's a bunch of settings I've had to change on the camera as well. There's one called Intelligent Auto, which like punches up the warmth of the image and focuses on me better. I want it just to look good while I'm in here. When I'm outside, I can film it however I need to, because again, I'm going to Japan next week, so I'll know when I get there as to how good it can look. The other thing that I've bought is one of these. This is an LED light. It comes with a whole color range. There's a reason why this right now is so shiny and pristine. It's because there's already one on top of the camera. It came as a 2-pack, so I can actually, they've got slots in the top and the bottom and everything. Obviously this shoes into your camera, and you can just slot in the other, like, multiple. So I could have a whole array, realistically, because they all just lock in. So that was great. It's got good battery, it's got a whole wide range. I've currently got it on a warmer color rather than like not a pure white, because I don't need to look like I haven't been in the sun for 17 years, because let's be honest, I don't go outside very much, except for when I go to work, or when I go to work, or when I see my friend. Okay, I guess I go outside sometimes, but I don't get a lot of sun. So I'm using this to kind of give it some extra punch outside of the already overhead lights, which I've been relying on for like 6 or so many years. So that's the upgrade. Hopefully it looks good. I can probably use this to get some color timed stuff to make it look different, like blue or green or whatnot. I'm not going to do that now, but for example, oh, that's on orange. That's really bright, actually. Let me just dull that down a little bit, because it's very bright right now. No, I want to go mode. There we go. Look, wow, purple. It's creepy and cruelly and whatever. And I can have it up there or over there, or again, if I added it to the camera, it's really bright. That's why it's like brighter than the other one. So there's a whole bunch of settings that I can change. It's really interesting. And there's, because it shifts throughout different colors. Wow, look at that. It goes for the whole color thing, because you're like thinking, where are all the buttons? There's only 4 buttons, and it's a slider. That's why it has this thing there, because it's telling you it goes from red to red. It goes through the whole color range. It's insane. It charges really well for a USB-C, which it comes with. And because there's 2 in a box, it comes with 2 chargers. Oh my god! Wonderful stuff. So yeah, hopefully everything looks better now, because again, my old camera kept going out of focus during like longer videos, like interviews and stuff, and it was doing my head in. So I'm like, good, if I have a 4K camera that actually can focus better, Yeah, I'm learning. Things are happening. Now, of course, we do still have physical media, because this channel is still physical media. So we got Sunset Boulevard, which I have not watched the 4K of yet. I've been too busy with Hooptober and for packing and just general anxieties, so I haven't been able to watch it, and I won't watch it probably till next month. So I apologize to that. I got this from JB Hi-Fi. It actually comes with a sleeve, which is nice. Wow. I do have the previous Blu-ray, which the previous Blu-ray claimed to have no special features on the disc. I've been told otherwise, that it does feature the special features, because, as you can see there's 2.5 hours of special features. But this tells you, 2.5 hours, and it's all on the Blu-ray disc, which is great. The 4K is just the 4K disc by itself. But it's got, the nice sleeve and everything. I don't think there's much in terms of artwork on the discs. No, the discs are very bare. But they're all AID releases, which I believe is the distribution group, All Interactive Distribution, who are the people who are distributing stuff in Australia now. So that's nice. I gotta remember their name, because they're the people who are basically giving us most of what we're getting in Australia on Blu-ray. The only noteworthy thing about this is that I got it for $22. It retails at $40. I got a $10 coupon for my birthday from them, so I was like, great, I'll find a film to buy, whatever, something that'll be, if I bought it for $10 off, that would be more than it would have been if it was a sale. So like, there was a 20% off sale that happened 2 days later, so I ended up getting it with the sale. So this became $32 and then went down to $22. So my point being is that, with a 20% off sale, this would go down $8. So I'll buy this, because then I can get it off $10 instead, because there's no sale. But then there just happened to be one 2 days later, and I'm like, what are the odds? So I bought this. So I'm keen. It was David Lynch's favorite film, so that's really fun. Also part of the sale, we had Ballerina on 4K, the Steelbook. I bought the Steelbook mostly because, outside of the fact that I got it down from 45 to... I can't remember how much I spent on this. I feel like it was $45 and I got it down to like 37 or something. What's 20% off 45? I don't know. Anyway, I decided to get the Steelbook instead of the standard 4K, because the standard 4K, no Blu-ray disc, whatever. And yes, it's already in a protector. But every other John Wick film I have as a 4K Steelbook, or as a Steelbook in general. I think the first 2 films I don't have in 4K, but the third and fourth I do. And ironically, I had to import the first 2 films. I had to get them from the US, whereas the third and fourth ones I've gotten the Australian versions. But yeah, mostly because it comes with the alternate disc. So of course, take off your J card, which still gives you your details. The 4K does have all the same special features as the Blu-ray, so that's great. I think it's Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos, so that's good stuff. It is a glossy steelbook. You get some artwork on the 4K disc, no artwork on the Blu-ray, and that's your roundabout artwork. So it's not bad. I don't remember what this is. I think it's like maybe the cult that she has to fight or whatever. But yeah, I enjoyed it enough when I watched it in cinemas. I saw it with my brother, because him and I both really like the John Wick films, and so this is my older brother, actually. And yeah, I was like, yeah, it's fun, like, it's doesn't really reach the caliber of the other John Wick films. It's not really to Ana de Armas's degree, again, because John Wick is still in the film. Like, it's not just from the world of John Wick, it's a prequel to John Wick Chapter 4, but a sequel to Chapter 3, which, in my mind, doesn't make much sense, because I'm like, isn't that the end of Chapter 3? He wasn't on the run, but I'm pretty sure he had to, like, fake his death, so I'm like, how could they call him in if he's meant to be dead? Like, because they have scenes that take place in, like, John Wick Chapter 2, and then it comes to, like, a couple years later, and it's, like, after, or not, maybe a couple months later or something, but still, yeah, because I know the first 3 films are, like, all within, like, a week or something, so maybe that's why. I don't know, it doesn't really matter, but if I were to rewatch them in order, I'd still go with the first 3, then this, then the 4th one, because why not? Or maybe the first 2, and then this, but I'm pretty sure the second one ends with him rolling off of a rooftop. My god, I can't remember what happens at the end of the second one. I know he kills the guy. No, he goes on the run, so that's why, because it's an immediate follow-up. So yeah, I guess you have to watch this after Chapter 3. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, the Steelbook looks nice. The other one had standard artwork of just the 4 characters, so I'm like, this'll do. It matches with the rest of the collection. Still has From the World of John Wick Ballerina on the spine, so I'll take it. Why not? And then to make things a little bit kookier, I bought me some CDs. Now, I'm still expecting some more CDs from Rare Waves, as well as I was hoping they'd come in today, but they did not. Today is Friday. And I do expect some 4Ks, some Blu-rays in general from a guy on eBay. I think they're all 4K. They are. One of them is 28 years later. I had to buy that instead of the Steelbook because the Steelbook was $65, sold out. I think it's like almost impossible to find now. It's been out for like 3 days, which sucks. And so, yeah. Oh, now I remember why I bought Ballerina. Ballerina wasn't part of the 20% off sale. I got a $10 coupon. So I got it down from like it's $45 down to $35. That's why. Because they had a big blitz sale at JB. So again, we got another $10 coupon. I'm like, great, I'll use it on Ballerina. Why not? Anyway, we got Big Beat from Badsville. Stay Sick. Look Mum, No Head. And A Date with Elvis. These are all albums by The Cramps. They're 80s to 90s punk rock albums. Mostly because I've been listening to them off and on for the past couple of months, basically since I did my interview with Natalie Papick, and she was a big fan of The Cramps. She is a big fan of The Cramps. They just don't exist as a band anymore. And so I just bought a bunch from Rare Waves because they had a sale on. So, yeah, I've still got a couple more coming in, and it won't be all of them, but it'll be a good majority, and I'm happy they came in before Japan so I can load them onto my phone so I can listen to them while I'm in Japan. That'd be cool. Alright, well, we got the last 4 things in. We'll start with the CD because it continues what we had prior. This is the Cramps Off the Bone. I'm still expecting Psychedelic Jungle, which is like their second album. I'm yet to get their first. But this is still like, this kind of is a compilation album. It's cool because it also has a 3D version of their artwork there. I think it's upside down as well. It is upside down. So that's cool. That's just a nice paper thingy that just comes on the back of the booklet. And of course you get your CD and it has all the album covers there, which is cool. Yeah, I think that's maybe telling you what it's kind of compiling all of the songs from. Like you got the Goo Goo Muck, you got the what is it called? The songs the Lord gave us, I think, or something like that. There's the Gravest Hits. It's basically, yeah, Smell of Female, The Crusher. Some of them are EPs, some of them are albums. I don't know if that's all that this is compiling because this is 17 songs, but it does feature Goo Goo Muck, which is like their most, at least in my mind, their most famous song. It's the one that was on that Wednesday show. But Human Fly, The Way I Walk, Domino, Surfing Bird, and Lonesome Town, maybe Garbage Man as well, but I'm pretty sure it's just the first 5, which are the first 5 here are from their first EP, which is the only reason I didn't get their first EP or the version that's Psychedelic Jungle with the first EP, because it's all on here, and I've heard this is a really good compilation. There was a second one that came out like a year later with a yellow artwork, great artwork, and it has good selection of songs, but all the songs are on here, and this one has more. And I think this one was approved by the band, whereas the other one was just like the studio were like, we just got to put out another compilation album, even though we just put one out last year. So, morally bankrupt. Yeah, that'd be great. I got to load that onto my phone now. I've loaded all the rest. I want it on my phone before I go to Japan, so woof. Then I bought 3 from eBay. This is from, can I give them a plug? I feel like I can. One More Movie on eBay. Going to show you that. So One More Movie on eBay. I got all these from there. They have imports. They have local releases. The local releases are cheaper than the ones you get at JB, and these ones are probably from JB, bought on sale. They have Malcolm X for like $60 odd, and it still has the $110 price tag. So I'm like, I wonder if they got it on sale and now they're just selling it for a sale price, which is bizarre because eBay cuts off money anyway. There's like $4 postage, but if you add more things, everything else is free in terms of postage. But like it's just a strange thing to me to see that and be like, as someone who sells on eBay, it's bizarre to know that this person's selling it and then getting some money. I'm like, you got to be losing money in the long term, or even the short term for that kind of stuff, because you have to add more money onto it because eBay fees will take away money from you. And then there's postage, so if you've got free postage, you've got to pay that yourself, or you put on the postage fee. It's a fucking nightmare. So I got two local releases, but I'm going to show the international one first. We got 28 years later, the 4K UHD. So yes, this is the UK one with the UK classification stickers. The reason I got this is because the Australian 4K doesn't come with the Blu-ray disc. I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, but this one comes with the 4K and the Blu-ray. The special features are only on the Blu-ray disc, which is very disappointing. It's a Region B Blu-ray disc for those who care. So if you're in Australia, you can still get this. If you're in the US version comes with the 4K and the Blu-ray anyway, so there's no stress on that part. As it says there, Blu-ray, the Blu-ray is the only thing that has the special features on it, which is just really disappointing. I really do want to rewatch this, so I don't know when I will, because Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, I've heard it's really good in 4K, and I watched it twice in cinemas, which is rare, but mostly because the second time around there was nothing to see. My partner and I wanted to watch something, so I was like, fuck it, let's just watch 28 years later. She hasn't seen it, and I loved it, and I loved it even more on rewatch. But yeah, and I would have preferred the artwork that's on the back here of the Bone Temple, if that got really bright, sorry, if that was on the front cover. And again, I had debated the Australian Steelbook, but that basically sold out in the first 3 days it was out, before it even got an official release. I went looking for it online, couldn't get it anywhere on the JB website. Some people found it in store, but I didn't want to pay $70. So I bought this instead for like, I think 35 in the end, so it was cheaper than the Australian version. Or maybe it was $5 more, but either way I got these other two films, and that's what counts. These other two films being The Lion in Winter, which I heard is really good. Like, every review I'd seen for it was like an outstanding review. Classics remastered on 4K, all region disc, UK disc, unsurprisingly, because it's Studio Canal, but presented for us by AID, All Interactive Distribution. And it comes with a new interview of Anthony Hopkins, Shooting the Stars, an interview of camera assistant Robin Vidgeon, interview of John Castle, interview of John Bloom, Anthony Harvey, audio commentary, behind the scenes, stills gallery, and 2024 restoration trailer. 134 minutes long, but I hear it's really good, like one of those like divorce comedies, which we don't really get anymore. So I mean, feels more Shakespearean in its own right, and Katharine Hepburn is fucking amazing, and Peter O'Toole's great. So fantastic cast. I'm very keen to watch it. I might do a period next month where I watch a bunch of Shakespearean-esque films, including that whole Shakespearean set that what do you call it? The Henry V and Hamlet and Richard III, all of them from imprint. I gotta watch that. But last but not least, we have Wayne's World. This one I've never had on physical media. We had to rent it on YouTube one time because my brother wanted to watch it, and we rented it in HD, and of course you pay the extra $1 for HD, and it wouldn't let us watch it in HD. So we've only seen a really shitty 480p version. Even though I've seen it maybe 2 or 3 times, we kind of would watch it. It used to be on TV because it was a pretty popular film to see on TV in our youth. Our parents were like, we got to show you this, because of course we knew of Austin Powers. We'd watched those growing up, but Wayne's World was on TV. We watched it for the Bohemian Rhapsody scene alone, because I don't remember most of the rest of the film, but the Bohemian Rhapsody scene is so iconic that how could I not forget that? But yeah, so this at least comes with a director commentary with Penelope Spheris, extreme close-up featurette, and theatrical trailer. So it's very lackluster. I believe those are all from the old Blu-ray. It's also a UHD 66 it's a 94-minute long film with Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. I don't expect much in terms of a gigantic bit rate, but I mean, there's fuck all on it, which is really disappointing. Like, there's no Blu-ray in it, it's just a single disc, but it's really shocking that this is international. Like, every other country got basically the same kind of release. I think the US and UK got the Steelbook as well as a Blu-ray disc, but it was just all the same special features from the old release, and it was very bare bones, which sucks because it's an iconic film. Like, as an SNL film, it's exceptionally iconic and noteworthy, so I'm happy it has a 4K, I'm happy to have it. I still have not seen the sequel, which is very funny to me, but yeah. Anyway, I will have a couple videos out this week for what I watched in October, and which will probably come out maybe next week, because let's be honest, we got the Halloween weekend. I need to focus on doing Halloween stuff, and I've got a Halloween video coming out this week, so my Japan stuff will come out next week, so hopefully if I can get around to editing it. Aside from that, see you kids next time. Thanks for watching. As well as I'll do a Blu-ray haul for birthday stuff, and maybe one for whatever's coming during my trip away, whether I combine it with birthday or not. I probably will, because why not? I'm hoping my new wave video stuff comes in by then. I want to do a video on that as well. So much to do, so little time. Actually, there's a lot of time. Once Japan is over, I've got all of November, and then we've got the movie market at the end of November. So if you're in Melbourne, there's a movie market at the end of November, hosted by Dead and DVD at the Astor. So I'll be there. I won't be selling. I'll just be there, buying. Cool. See you kids next time. Adios.